Intelligent people often struggle with discipline more than average people. Not because they're lazy, not because they lack ambition, and definitely not because they don't know what to do, but because their intelligence quietly works against them. If you've ever felt like you have huge potential, strong ideas, clear goals, yet inconsistent execution, this might explain why. The first reason is overthinking. The more intelligent you are, the more options you see. You don't just see one path forward, you see 5, you see better strategies, you see possible improvements, you anticipate mistakes before they happen, you simulate outcomes in your head. That ability is powerful. But discipline requires narrowing. It requires choosing one path and committing to it, even if it's not perfect. For an intelligent mind, that feels restrictive. Why start now if you can refine the plan a little more? Why execute when you could optimize it? So you think, you tweak, you adjust, and action gets delayed. From the outside, it looks like procrastination. From the inside, it feels like preparation. The second reason is an addiction to potential. If you were praised growing up for being smart, you may have built your identity around it. You became the capable one, the one with promise, the one who could succeed if they really tried. Planning preserves that identity, and as long as you're researching, outlining, preparing, and designing systems, you remain the person with potential. But discipline collapses potential into reality, and reality is measurable. Once you commit fully, your effort can be judged, your limits can be exposed, your results become visible. So unconsciously, you stay in preparation mode. Because if you never fully execute, you never fully fail. Your potential stays intact. The third reason is novelty. Intelligent minds crave stimulation. They enjoy learning new frameworks, exploring new ideas, and starting ambitious projects. The beginning is exciting. The research phase is energizing. Designing the system feels productive, but discipline is repetitive. It is doing the same thing when it stops being exciting. It is continuing when the novelty fades. It is showing up when there is nothing new to discover. For someone who thrives on mental stimulation, repetition can feel dull. So you jump to a new idea, a new plan, a new strategy. You're not inconsistent because you lack drive. You're inconsistent because your mind keeps chasing stimulation instead of stability. There's also a deeper issue. Intelligent people often over-identify with thinking. You've learned to win through cognition, quick answers, strong analysis, understanding concepts faster than others. But discipline is not a thinking skill, it's a behavioral skill. It doesn't care how well you understand the strategy. It only responds to consistent execution. And that shift can feel uncomfortable because execution is humbling. It requires repetition, simplicity, imperfect action. It doesn't reward you immediately for being clever. It rewards you for being consistent. Here's the paradox. The very trait that gives you intellectual advantage can undermine your behavioral consistency. Intelligence expands possibilities, discipline narrows them. Intelligence explores, discipline commits. Intelligence imagines, discipline executes. If you rely only on intelligence, you end up with scattered potential. But when intelligence is paired with discipline, it becomes leverage. So the solution is not to think more, it's to shift identity. Stop identifying as the smart one. Start identifying as the consistent one. Instead of asking, what's the optimal strategy? Ask, what will I execute today? Instead of protecting your potential, risk measurable effort. Instead of chasing novelty, train yourself to find depth in repetition. You are not lazy, you are not incapable, you simply developed your thinking more than your structure. And once you build structure to match your intelligence, everything changes. Because potential is admired, but discipline builds reality. And intelligence without discipline feels like frustration. Intelligence with discipline feels like power.